we go.
What's going on, guys? Dinner Receive here with our IBL Season 2 Week 1 team building recap of sorts. If you guys are excited for this, please make sure to leave a like down below. Also, guys, this is the very first week of the Season 2 and we don't know what we're doing, to be honest with you. This is a matchup where we can either run through or get run over. So if you guys want to show support for the Rhode and Regis, make sure to leave a like down below. Also, we also have the hashtag BlameSteve shirt on sale still for the next few days. It is up for the next 4 days. It does end on Monday, so you guys so it'll probably be 2 more days for you guys. So if you guys want to pick it up, you're more than welcome to. The hashtag BlameSteve shirt is on sale, and it's going to be on sale for a very limited amount of time. I will be wearing it during the match, just so you guys know. I got mine early. But let's go to the team. First of all, let's go to the Texas Tyrantrums, coached by RecklessBat. In the first season, we faced them off in the very first week as well. My RNG is so great in this season. My hair is just a mess. I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. My RNG is complete trash in the IBL, and I get paired up with him once again the very first week. And this time around, he got himself a super scary team. Not as fast as I thought it was gonna be. He does need quite a speed, but he also has a couple of stuff to go through as well. So hopefully I do not get wrecked by RecklessBat. I do not get wrecked by RecklessBat. But if we look at his team, he has Hoopa Unbound, which he paid an extra 100 points to get off of the ban list. His Z captain is also the Salamence, which is super scary. Crocodile, scary. He had that last year as well. The Tentacruel, Bronze Zone, which is actually super defensive. Plusso, which I think was more of a meme pick. The Entei, which is always scary. Rhode, which is only the grass type one, so I'm not really worried about that as much. The Meloetta, which actually is a big problem. And Sock and Comfey. So what I think he's going to bring, I think he's going to bring the Hoopa, the Salamence, the Crocodile, the Double Intimidate. I'm thinking he's going to bring. If not, he's going to bring the Crocodile as Intimidate and bring the Salamence as a Moxie with the Z Crystal, because then he can kill something, then get a +1 in the attack. So I think he's going to be doing that. If not, he's going to bring, I think he's going to bring the wall of Bronze Song and the Tentacruel. Probably the Bronze Song is going to have the the Levitate, so he can switch into an EQ while the Tentacle is out. So he can switch into Bronze Song when I predict an EQ. If he's not, then he's probably gonna bring the Heat Proof. If he's gonna bring the Heat Proof if he brings the Rotom. That's my thought process, because the Rotom is immune to ground types, and then the Bronze Song would take any fire type, because he'll be like immune to the to the fire type. But that means that he's also weak to ground, so he might be playing that switcheroo game with us. So I don't know, but I'm definitely sure that the 3 monsters I think he's going to bring is the Hoopa, the Salamence, and the Crocodile. If he doesn't bring those 3, something's wrong. If he doesn't bring the Crocodile, he'll probably bring the Plusso to have an immunity to electric. Because the Plusso does get the Lightning Rod. Because I know he did that with me when he had Electivire. He did not bring the Crocodile because he had the Electivire, and the Electivire had a better sense of coverage for my team that year. So if he does bring it, he probably gonna bring the Plusso, or he probably won't even worry about the ground the electric immunity, because I only have 9 volt as my volt switcher, and 9 volt doesn't do much to his entire team, but he's more of a revenge killer. So Hoopa Unbound and Salamence are the number 2 things. His walls are probably going to be the Tentacruel and the Bronze Song. And maybe he'll bring the extra as the he'll either bring Entei, Plusso, or Crocodile. If he brings the Meloetta, I do have a bit of a problem against that thing, but like a U-turn will still do a lot. Plus an AV the Meloetta is gonna be a bit of a problem as well. So we just have to be careful what he brings and where he brings it. But this is what I think he's gonna bring. If he brings the Bronze Song, I'm pretty sure I should be able to handle it with the team I have. If he doesn't bring the Bronze Song, I should still be able to do a decent amount. the only reason why I'm so afraid of Bronson is because I think he's going to bring the Trick Room. If he brings the Trick Room, his team is slower than mine by a lot. So I did decide to bring 2 really slow mons, so under the Trick Room I can do a lot of damage. But yeah, so what we're bringing to, as you can see, is my team right there. What we're gonna bring is it's the Zuko the Infernate holding the Granium Z. The Granium Z is there to take care of the Tentacruel and the Bronzong, as well as the Pluso and the Entei. So I do have some coverage on that. The Granium Z does take out the Tentacruel even at -1. At -1, I think that's 84 to 108. So it still does a pretty good amount, depending on the spread. I did the spread so that he was a physically defensive Tentacruel, and it still does a butt ton of damage. Plus, I outspeed like naturally. The only reason why we're only running 196 in speed, everything in his team is base 100 or lower. His fastest mon is the Meloetta, the other form that becomes 128 in speed, but it has to waste a turn to go for the Relic Song. The Relic Song is going to hit hard, of course, but we are able to take it. But that form is going to be super scary to deal with. But I do have a short Scarf in the team, so I should be able to handle it just fine, which is the Staraptor, but we'll get to that later. But the Infernape is here to try to get up the rocks. The U-turn will hit pretty much everything slightly hard, except for the Salamence and the Tentacruel. And a defensive Bronzong will be able to eat up a hit. But if he goes into Bronzong, and if I take 8 to 9% off of him, I know he's only the physically defensive set, so I know that that my other mons are able to do more damage to him as the match go on. I do have to find out if he's either heat proof or the levitate set, so that's gonna be super hard to come by. No priority on him today, just because I did need the coverage of the U-turn to hit the Hoopa. But the Hoopa is a super scary mon. The EQ to hit pretty much the Tentacruel, the Pluso, the Entei, and I think on the Bronzong if he does not have the levitate, and the Flare Blitz to hit the Rotom and the Bronzong super hard. Plus it's a stab move, plus it hits a sock, which has a chance to burn, I believe, as well. I don't remember if it does. I will have to make a look. It does have a chance to burn, and plus it does only taunt me in case I get frozen. I don't know why I would get frozen, but still. So the Zuko is here just to do a bit of damage, but also he's mostly here for the U-turn against the Hoopa. Alright, so next we have our Short Scarf Staraptor. This set was actually suggested by Magic. I did have the Shell Belt on this thing prior to it, because I knew that his team is all base 100, so I wanted to see if I outspeed or not. But he said might as well just go with the Short Scarf, so you will outspeed everything, or speed tie everything that has a Short Scarf. The U-turn is there to hit the Hoopa, of course. Hoopa is my #1 threat. It hits the Crocodile for a decent amount. The Braver is there just for a stab move, and so is the close combat is there just to hit everything else really hard. The close combat is also there to hit the Crocodile, the Hoopa, and the Meloetta in case it turns into the Floette form or whatever it's called, or the Peloette form or whatever it's called. I really don't care. But that thing, a Short Scarf close combat is going to hit that thing super hard. Plus, the quick attack is there just for the last minute priority. I was thinking either I can go quick attack Endeavor or Defog, but I decided to not bother with that. I decided just to go for the quick with the quick attack, just in case I did need it to do some priority move. I can just do that. Plus the stabs, which turns from base 40 to base 60, so it should do a decent amount to everything else. Plus the Intimidate is to cut down the Hoopa. And so not here and there, it's what we need to go for. Next we have 9-volt the Jolteon. We are going with a cheeky set, Flame Orb Quick Feed Jolteon. So Burn got nerfed in this generation, only doing on 6%, I believe, instead of doing the 12% as it did before. So now this is a much more viable set than before. He's running the signal beam, volt switch, and HPIs. The volt switch, yes. I do not have the thunderbolt in this thing. It is a bit controversial because thunderbolt hits a lot harder, but I had no room for this thing. The protect is there so I can sit in front of a tentacruel I can sit in front of the crocodile. Me predicting that I'm gonna go for the volt switch. I hit protect, do not get hit by the EQ, or I can sit in front of the salamans, go for the protect, or go for HP ice instead. I would, if he tries to set up a dragon dance, I will outspeed with the flame orb because of the quick feet. And also we have a really cheeky set with this thing. In case Hoopa loses his like his item, the magician, I would let like the Yotian go down. He takes my flame orb, he becomes burned. Now the Hoopa is gone. Like the Hoopa doesn't do anything after that. Or he shouldn't do anything if it's the physical set. If it's a special set, he's still gonna hit like a truck. Hoopa is a monster. His only problem is he's base 80 speed, so really slow, but he does what he needs to do. But the Night is here to pretty much act like a second choice Scarf Mon. 252 in special attack, 24 in HP, 92 in special defense. Only reason why we're running these super weird sets is because we have the extra EVs to put in a whole nother thing. Because max speed, which I think Top Gun is, max speed, Jolly, or Timid Nature will always hit 167 points. No matter what, it will always hit 167 points. So that means that I just need to be 1 point higher than everything else. So I just need to be in 168. If it's a short scarf, he's part short scarf, so it's fine. He's part the short scarf. I do have to be careful of the Hyperface Fury because I know it ignores the protect. So we have to be careful about that. But the signal beams to hit the Hoopa on the special defense side, which is still base 130 special defense. Scary mon. The signal beam also hits the crocodile pretty hard. I was thinking I was going for the shadow bolt, but I need to hit the Meloetta, so the signal beam hits the Meloetta. If it doesn't, I just go for the volt switch, and it's still, again, it's pretty much a short scarf, so he's still good. Next we have Kaiba. The Latios holding the Soul Dew because I did want to bluff that I am having the scarf on this thing. I do want to bluff that I'm having the scarf on this thing or the short specs. I think it's like because I naturally outspeed everything else, I can put more bulk into the Latios with still having the 252 in special attack. I was thinking of, hold up, can I do this instead and make it so that I think it's like I won't be able to do that because base 110 doesn't let me do that yet. The base 110 doesn't let me do that. I don't remember where it was. I really don't care because the before set didn't really matter because I was already like my Pokemon was already being gen. But whatever we had before in the EV spread was fine. But we only need 180 in speed to outspeed pretty much every base 100 mon. Timid or Jolly, so it's fine. Kaiba is gonna be my it's gonna be my short scarfer per se. I want him to think that this thing is my short scarfer. I want to sit in front of the Salamence and be able to go for it like the ice beam and pretend that I'm not gonna be able to go for the side shock. So if I go for the ice beam and he goes into the tentacruel, I can pretend that this is the short scarf and switch out, or stay in and go for the side shock. That's my biggest my thought process there. If anything, he will switch into the Entei and the Entei will come out, and I would pretend I have the short scarf and go into my Snorlax, which is gonna be fine. The only thing that really hits this thing hard would be the Meloetta, just because the Meloetta can carry knockoff. Pretty much everything in this team can carry knockoff, which is super scary. I only have one Pokemon that can carry knockoff, which I keep forgetting to get each and every season. I keep forgetting to get that. But the Latios can take a hit from the Salamence if he's not running a Dragon Dance. If he's running a Dragon Dance, I have to try to kill it with the 9 volt, or be able to kill it with with like something else. A Moxie boosted, it's gonna be super scary. But again, this team is pretty much I either run over his team or he run over my team. That's pretty much how we have to play this match. We have to play this match as in it's our very last match ever, and we either have to go for broke every single time. I'm sorry if the music is a little bit louder. I don't know if it is or not, but we'll try to figure it out. But yeah, I love Latios right now. The Soul Dude does power. It's not legal, so it does power up my Dragon type and my Psychic type moves. So the Sidetrack is going to kill the Tentacle no matter what. Plus, he's going to do a decent amount to everything else. The Ice Beam is going to take out the Salamence. It's going to hit the Crocodile really hard. It's going to hit the Rotom really hard. But everything else doesn't want to take a hit. I can go for the Side Shock on Sock and then let Kaiba go down. But it all depends on how we play it out. It all depends on what he brings. To be honest, I'm just very afraid of his entire team. Next, we have Slim Fast. No Milotic this time around. There's a lot of stuff that can take care of Milotic plus break the wall of my Milotic. This is a really weird set. I got inspired by the VGC format and thought, you know what, we might as well try to bring something that can have a good like physical defense. Unfortunately, Snorlax doesn't have the best the physical defense, but with Curse he will have, and as well I can still take a good amount of hits with the Snorlax set. I can switch into an Entei, take 33%. If I get burned, even better, because with the burn I can take another Flare Blitz or the Sacred Fire. Get my Figure Berry up and recycle. Plus the Facade is gonna hit everything on his team really hard. Curse is gonna make me more bulky and me be able to hit something really hard. Plus the Figure Berry and the recycle, I'm able to keep like continuously eating my berry. I was gonna go with the Gluttony set, but I need the Thick Fat to be able to take on the Entei a lot better. But Slim Fast, this is the set I decided to go with. He's more of my physical wall. Plus, he can eat up a knockoff. If I get hit with a knockoff, I can always recycle later. Plus, this is my mindset. If he brings the Bronze Song, I'm all set because he can bring the Trick Room, and the Trick Room is always hard to deal with. The Trick Room is gonna be hard to deal with. That's why I brought Slim Fast and my Lancelot. Because they're super slow, plus they hit really hard, plus the Curse makes me slower, so I can still set up, eat up a hit, go for the recycle, eat the Figgy Berry, and I should be able to, you know, do all that. Last but not least, we have Lancelot with the AV. This is my special wall. Lancelot does a number on his team with the Mega Horn, Pursue, Knockoff, and Drill Run. The Mega Horn hits the Crocodile, the Bronzong, the Rotom form, the Meloetta, and the Hoopa super hard. The Pursuit is for the Meloetta. If he runs the Fire Punch set, then I will have to be careful and switch into Slim Fast and be able to take a hit. But that's all in case everything goes wrong. This is all gonna be like, okay, I need to figure out a way to do stuff. But overall, the Lancelot, for me, like, this team was pretty well built. We just did like some minor like adjustments so that I don't completely get bodied. I do have the defog on Kaiba because I do need a way to get rid of either the T-Spikes or either the T-Spikes, the Stealth Rocks, or like anything in between. Plus like Suko, it was either pick the Stealth Rocks or have a priority. A priority is good for the Hoopa because it still takes a decent amount of damage, but I didn't hit anything else much after that. So we will see what we come up with. This is my first week doing this, so hopefully I'm back and better than ever. I kind of like the way I have this onlay set up, so I'm gonna keep on doing it this way. If you guys want me to do any more like in-depth with the moves and everything, please let me know in the comments down below. But this is the run in Regis week 1 season 2 of the IBL against the Texas Tyrantrums. We have to wish us good luck because I'm actually playing him later tonight, And I'm super nervous, guys. I'm super nervous. But my game plan is for Top Gun to be able to take off a hit. U-turn out. If his short scarf is a base 100 mon, then I have to be sure I don't die from it with my Top Gun, and go for U-turn every day, and only go for Brave-Bird or the quick attack or the close combat when I really need to. All right, guys, I'm gonna get the heckles out of here, guys. Have yourself a wonderful day. Stay nerdy, stay awesome, and we're gonna get the heckles out of here. No explosion this week because we don't need it, and we actually want to get the first win because he is my demon. He's the only one I can never beat, but it's neither here nor there. Have yourself a great day, guys. Peace.